up, everybody? It's AT. Appreciate you joining this Aaron Torres Pod YouTube bonus clip. In just one moment, I am about to get to a very big piece of assistant coaching news with the Colorado Buffaloes, as it appears as though a Hall of Famer, a Super Bowl champion, is officially joining their coaching staff. We're going to discuss that in just one moment. But before we do, quick reminder, please do me a favor. Make sure to subscribe. See that little subscribe button at the bottom of the screen? Subscribe to the Aaron Torres Pod YouTube channel. Listen, been a little slow around these parts the last couple days. Took a day or two off for the holiday, but the kid is back, baby. We're going to be pumping out content. College football playoffs are coming up. So make sure you're subscribed. We just crossed 31,000 subscribers. Cannot thank you all enough for your support and cannot wait to continue to grow this channel. So do me a favor. Make sure to subscribe. With that said, let's dive in, because it has been a slow few days around here for the holidays. Obviously, hope that everybody enjoyed time with friends and family and loved ones. Hope many of you are lucky enough to get a few days off this week. And by the way, for the non-Colorado people, I promise we'll be talking other stuff, because the college football playoff is about to start. These big bowl games are about to start. There's going to be plenty of content here coming out over the next couple weeks that is not Colorado related. But because it's been so quiet, there hasn't been very much news. But on Wednesday, we did get a very interesting, subtle, subliminal piece of news out of Colorado, as it appears as though the Hall of Fame, the Super Bowl champ, Warren Sapp, is officially set to join the Colorado Buffalo staff. Now, what I would say, if you follow Colorado closely, this is not a surprising piece of news, okay? Warren Sapp has been saying in interviews for months now, he wants to be a part of the Colorado staff. He wants to work under Coach Prime. And by the way, I was told that he was out at Colorado a couple times during the season. I think he's shown up on all their social media channels. But the issue was he didn't technically have a degree. And listen, that happens when you're a superstar, football player, and you can go to the league right out of college. You take advantage, you do it. But he needed to finish his degree. Coach Prime has said once he finishes his degree, he will be part of this staff. Coach Prime actually said it in an interview just a day or two before Christmas with Rich Eisen. Hey, we're talking about we coming. Warren Sapp is coming, and it appears as though it has become official. Couple things. One, I've seen reports that Warren Sapp has officially gotten his degree, so congrats to him. We'll talk about that momentarily. But two, here is where the social media breadcrumbs appear to be, indicating and pointing towards the fact that this Warren Sapp news is about to become official any day now. First off, from the Warren Sapp side of things, on his Instagram page, he posted a picture of a Colorado mug along with the captions, "We coming," which is obviously Coach Prime's catchphrase, and also hashtag Sapp ain't fishing. Now, the play on that is that Warren Sapp is a big outdoorsman, loves to hunt, loves to fish, and in his free time does a lot of fishing. Hate to brag, I actually know a guy that used to fish with him down in Florida, but I bring it up because his hashtag is Sapp fishing. Now it's Sapp ain't fishing, which leads me to believe that he is about to go to Colorado. And what makes this so interesting, one of the Colorado fan accounts actually tweeted it out, tagged Coach Prime, and Coach Prime retweeted it. So again, Coach Prime talked about this before the holiday. Warren Sapp has been saying it for months, and it appears as though Coach Prime's retweet is the unofficial thing that leads us to believe that this is about to become official, and Warren Sapp is about to join this coaching staff. This is huge. This is big. So let's go ahead and dive in. First of all, this is big for a number of different reasons, but before we get into it, let me do a quick thing. Congratulations to Warren Sapp on getting your college degree, man. Listen, I'm never going to begrudge anybody if you can go to the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball, professional tennis, professional golf. I'm never going to begrudge you for leaving school early, not finishing school, whatever. Go get that money when you're young. Professional athletes have a finite amount of time to play. And so what's really cool to me is that he has decided to go back and get that degree. Whether it was just because of coaching, whether it was because of other reasons, it really doesn't matter, frankly, right? That's a piece of paper you're going to have for the rest of your life. So congrats to him. Big deal. He should be proud. It's a major accomplishment. Beyond that, though, if this degree means he can officially become a part of the Colorado coaching staff, that puppy's huge, baby, because this is a mega addition for the Colorado coaching staff. Okay. So, first of all, I think the assumption is when he gets hired, he'll probably be coaching the defensive line. A couple thoughts here. One, from the players already on the roster perspective, I find it hard to believe that it gets much better than learning from one of the greatest to ever do it. And the thing about Warren Sapp, if you know people who have been around him, and I'm not claiming that I have been around him as much as I know people that have, what they'll tell you, that dude eats, sleeps, breathes, loves football. There are a lot of guys, even guys in the Hall of Fame, even all-time greats, who don't necessarily love football, but they were just born bigger, faster, stronger than everybody. Warren Sapp was born bigger, faster, stronger than everybody, but also with a passion and a love for the sport. And so this isn't a guy that's just going to come in and just, coach because it's something to do. It's clear that he loves football. He loves being around football. He wants to be around football. And it's clear from watching Coach Prime from a distance that he wants to help impact young people. And so imagine walking in the building and being coached by a guy who is literally one of the best to ever do it, right? Think about it. Why did Travis Hunter commit to Jackson State and follow Coach Prime to Colorado? It is because playing for Coach Prime allows him the opportunity to play for one of the best to ever do what he one day wants to do. Same with Cormani McClain. Cormani McClain wants to be a pro, wants to be an NFL star, wants to be a Hall of Famer. Well, who better to learn from than Coach Prime as a defensive back? But then, if you're a defensive lineman, who better to learn from than one of the greatest to ever do it? And so from the on-the-field perspective, it's incredible. And from the off-the-field perspective, I am so fascinated to see what this does for recruiting. Now, bluntly, I'm sure Coach Prime behind the scenes has been telling players, specifically defensive linemen, hey, Coach Sapp, he's coming. So I don't think it's like a shocker to recruits. But I mean, imagine if you're a D-line recruit and Warren Sapp and Coach Prime either come in your house, get on a Zoom, whatever. Cannot even imagine the impact it would have. First off, I think one, and we talked about this when Coach Prime got hired at Colorado, even if a kid, 17, 16, 18-year-old kid doesn't know much about Warren Sapp's past, you know who does? Mom and dad. Because like Coach Prime, Warren Sapp is an icon. And like Coach Prime, I think he was kind of one of those crossover players that even if you weren't a Tampa Bay Bucks fan, even if you don't, you're not a connoisseur of defensive line play, everybody knows who Warren Sapp is. He played with a flair. He played with a swagger. He played for a Super Bowl champ. And so even if the kids don't know who Warren Sapp is, you better believe that their parents do, mom and dad do, high school coaches do. And if Warren Sapp is coming to your high school to recruit you, I guarantee that high school coach, that mom, that dad is going to say, hey, get on Google, get on YouTube, and watch some highlights. Because when you have a chance to be coached by Warren Sapp, I promise you, at the very least, much like Coach Prime, when Coach Prime calls, you take the meeting, even if you don't end up committing to Colorado. And by the way, most of these kids do commit to Colorado. I think it's kind of the same with Warren Sapp. If you're a defensive line recruit and Warren Sapp calls, I've got to imagine that you are at least taking that call. And I think more often than not, you're probably saying yes. I think most importantly, why this is so important. Listen, Warren Sapp has spoken about wanting to be part of this staff for a while. So I don't know that this is this is totally new information, but I just bring it up because it's not only that you're bringing a Hall of Famer on staff. It's not only that you're bringing a Hall of Famer that loves football on staff, but why this is important, in my opinion. You're bringing in a Hall of Famer who loves football at a position that you desperately need an upgrade. And so that's why I think it's important as well. If this was, I'm just using an example, Chad Ochocinco, right? Who is pandering, if you will. I don't know if pandering is the right word, but he wants to coach. And Coach Prime says, I don't know if you're dedicated enough, blah, 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 this and that. I just bring it up because Warren Sapp is not only coming on staff, not only as a Hall of Famer, but he is doing it at a position of need. And I'm fascinated to see if he can add not only a coaching upgrade, but also a talent upgrade on name alone. Thought it was funny. I'm sure many of you saw Coach Prime's tweet the day after Christmas on the 26th. Let me see exactly what he said here. I want to make sure I get this right. But Coach Prime tweeted, this made me laugh. He said, this is what he said. I want to make sure I find it right. He said, let me see here. Okay, I'm sorry. This is bad. Okay, this is what he said. He said, dang, this was December 26th. This is Coach Prime. Dang, I see the portal doing the bank head bounce. Just when I thought Santa was on his way back to the North Pole, he dipped off. Santa, please drop off another DT, CB, linebacker, and one more pass rusher to Boulder. I believe Santa. I believe. Hashtag Coach Prime. And then he tags CU Buffaloes football on there. And so I just bring it up to say, I don't know when SAP will become officially official, but I cannot wait to see what those two do in the portal in the 2025 recruiting class and beyond. Because if I was a high school football player on the defensive line or a transfer, I don't know how you say no to Warren Sapp and to Coach Prime. If you enjoyed this video, do me a quick favor. Make sure to subscribe to the Aaron Torres Pod YouTube channel. We're going to have all sorts of college football here over the next couple days and weeks. A lot of, Rose Bowl content, Sugar Bowl content, whatever. I will be at Media Day in just a few days. So make sure to subscribe. Appreciate your support. Keep the content coming.